It's recording. Sorry, I forgot. So here I am. This is me bugging you. Obviously, it's raining a lot, and it's very windy, very breezy, very nice. This is not a blabbering video. I just wanted to share a few books that I am reading and that are coming up next. So Stubborn Horse always likes more recommendations on books. So oops, I forgot to get one book. Wait, I'll just go and get it. Yes, I'm back. So I have the book, but first I'll show you what I'm reading right now. This is do you see it like straight, or do you see it the wrong way, upside down? No, like upside down, like, okay. So this is called Maximum City, Bombay Lost and Found, and this is by the journalist and author and non-fiction writer Suketu Mehta. Isn't this beautiful, the cover? I love it. It's very interesting. So I first read it in 2008 and I loved it, and it's one of my very favorite books. This is non-fiction. This is very interesting, and I'm rereading this again in 2024. So this book, it's about a lot of things that are happening in Bombay that actually you and me might not be aware of. The underbelly, the underworld, the dance bars, the political situation, the difference between regular everyday citizens and what actually goes on, which people like maybe you and me won't really get to know about, but it happens in real time. It happens right there, but you might not be aware of that. So an interesting story is, like, when I moved to Bombay, so I was traveling, I was in an auto rickshaw, and there was this scuffle going on right where I was, and my driver was also curious. A lot of cars and always stopped. They were not allowed to move on, so we were just waiting at this point on the road, and I got very curious, so I just told my auto driver to just stop for a moment, and I got down. He was asking me not to get down, but I was foolish and idiotic as I am, so I got down and I went to see what the problem was all about. So and I saw these guys. A lot of men were there. They were just watching, and I entered and I tried to go up to the front of all this action, and I saw these 5-6 men. They were in a skirmish with some other people, and all of these guys were wearing kajal. These men, tall men dressed in white, they were wearing kajal and all. They didn't look menacing, but they looked very different. So and everyone was saying, bhai se baat nahi karna, bhai aayenge, this and that, like stuff like that. So it looked very like movie like, and I was very fascinated. But then I think somebody saw me, and then that person came up to me and said that don't be here, go back. How did you reach here? I said my auto is waiting. So that person said that go and sit back in your auto. So I was very interested, but then I realized that maybe it's not the safest thing to do right now. So I got back in my auto, and this was somewhere around 2006, where things were still very different from what it is right now. So it's pretty interesting and fascinating for me. But then I realized that it's also maybe not the best place to be in right now, because it was a little risky or something like that, a bit different. So I came back, and then when I told the auto wala what happened, so he told me that leave them. This is not for the regular public to get into. It's best that you don't go in there. So I understood. So this book is very much like that. It's how many pages? It's about it's 500 plus pages, almost 600 pages. It's very fascinating. Like you will go through the book like this, and you will end up understanding Mumbai or Bombay in a very different and regular way, which you might have seen in movies and all, but you'll actually go to the depths of it, to the reality. And a lot of places mentioned in the book I have been in. I know for real that these things happen. So yes, I would love to tell you that if you get your hands on this book, Maximum City by Suketu Mehta, please do go for it. It's very interesting. I have also gifted this book to a lot of people, and they've all loved it. So yeah, okay. Is it? It's all what reading. Okay, this is a book that was gifted. It's called Why We Die. So when I this is obviously non-fiction. So when I saw the title, I thought it's pretty fascinating. So I started reading it, and then I got sidelined by some other things and books and stuff. Like I said somewhere that I am on a reading slump, so I've barely read much this year. So yes, this is very interesting. This book talks about how the world is very so fascinated about anti-aging and this and that, but it delves into the science of aging. And no, it's not that boring. Like, everybody knows we are all going to naturally age, but it talks about a lot of other things, like where the concepts behind all of that, the mindset that we are going with, medicine and science and all this stuff can slow down the journey of aging and stuff like that, but why it might not actually work, and how different people might have a different approach to aging, how their bodies act differently, and how their brains react differently to their age. And yeah, the reality is, I think I'm very immature maybe as per my age, but then I'm not immature as per my age either. So this is a very interesting book if you like non-fiction, and if you really like to go about books which have a lot of interesting science and logic and reasoning behind them. I think you should definitely give this a read. If you get it in a library, then go for that. If you're not sure whether you want to invest your money in this, but if you do get a chance, you can invest your money in this. It's very interesting. It's not very big either. It's just a tall book, huge font, and this is not a big read. This has about 300 pages, but it's interesting. It's, if you're not into non-fiction books, you might feel that this is a little boring, but there's a lot of science and knowledge and real logic and stuff behind this, and research, and also it's pretty interesting. You might like it. Oh, it's Why We Die by Venki Ramakrishnan, and this person has also won the Nobel Prize, so that's good. Okay, I'm not keeping them here because the breeze is bringing in rain. So yeah. The one I have been holding on to for a long time now, this I bought in 2015, and I bought this already when it was pretty old. It was like second hand, fourth hand, 10th hand, whatever hand. I love it. And this is a pretty huge kind of a book. How many pages? Yeah, about 800 pages long. And this is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. Of course, this is a very well-known book. It's a cult favorite. It's a very well-read, well talked about book. I have East of Eden and Grapes of Wrath by the same author, but unfortunately I have started whenever I have not finished it, something or the other always came up, and I couldn't finish it. The first time I saw this, I got very fascinated by the cover. East of Eden also has, this is East of Eden, okay. Grapes of Wrath also has a very similar kind of design structure and stuff like that. So I really liked this. I picked it up, and I didn't realize that time that this was John Steinbeck, but later on I realized, oh, it's John Steinbeck. This is a Penguin classic book. So I really okay, I'm not going to talk about what the books are about, but I can definitely recommend them to you. Maybe I'll talk about each individual book and read out what's written in the back in some other video. Right now, I've just been very lazy. And the video will get too very huge. I don't want to blabber on for that long and bore you. But it's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful book is all I can say. From as much as I've read, I have read this much only, but it's very interesting. It's the kind of book where you feel that you are inside the book, and you're one of the characters, and you are right there where the things are happening, whatever is written in the book. You feel like you are going through that yourself, like you're right inside the book, yeah, and like you are in the same setting where the book is taking place, and right there you're standing there and everything is happening around you. It's one of those books. In fact, even Maximum City by Suketu Mehta is also one of those books where you feel that you're standing right there in the middle of action and everything is happening around you. So it's a very interesting book. I'm not given this as a gift to anybody because it's huge. Not everybody might want to go for it, but if you can, this is also bought, I always end up buying books from sellers who sell it like second-hand, third-hand, fourth-hand copies. So these are all pre-loved books which I buy from people who have like their shops on the footpath, on the street, and I always go back buying from them. Not because I don't want to spend that much money. That's also another reason. Actually, I've spent too much on books already, and I know I will. Like this year is a no buy, but then I've already bought one book. Yeah, so I broke the rule. But this is an old book, very very old. In fact, I don't know when it's from when. It's a very old book. I think this was written somewhere in the 60s or 70s, like that. So yeah, and this has come to me, but smells so good. I love it. Do give this a try, and if you already read this, especially you stubborn horse, then let me know. I know, Peter, you don't like to read much, or you don't like books that much. Now, okay, this book I am going to read it this year. It's called A Fraction of the Whole World by Steve Toltz. Okay, this was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize 2008. See, you can see all the details right here. So the tagline for this is, sane families are all alike, but every crazy family is crazy in its own way. And that pretty much sums up the book, because okay, I bought it in 2012 and I read it then. Oh, I've marked a lot of sections in the book. Where is it? I just saw it. Oh yeah, wait. Okay, so I saw a lot of highlighted pages like this. See, I've highlighted here. I've highlighted more. Yeah, see, here it's all highlighted. Okay, so now I do just markings with a pencil in most of my books. So he lives in Sydney, Australia. Okay, this is fiction. This is definitely fiction, is all I can say. Now I don't remember what the book is about. I've totally forgotten, but I do remember that when I read this book, I was very very into the book, and I was like really like, you know, I was stuck inside the book. And once I finished reading it, and even while I was reading it, I did feel that this is one of the craziest stories I have ever been in, and this is one of the craziest settings and craziest story and world and book that I've ever fallen inside. So this book, I think you definitely need to give a try. It's again A Fraction of the Whole by Steve Toltz, T-O-L-T-Z. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. So this book I would suggest definitely give it a try. This also I picked up from the street vendors, and I have a lot of books that I've picked up from street vendors. Yeah. So yes, do go for it if you want to give it a try. It's really crazy, and once you finish it, you will feel that, you know, this is one of the craziest books you've ever read. So if you already read it, do let me know. Yeah, and if you haven't, please give it a try, and you will definitely like it. I can tell you that you're definitely gonna like it. Okay, so yeah, these are all the books that I'm currently reading. Which one? Yeah, I told you Maximum City is what I'm currently reading, and I think I'll finish it in a day or two. And that's about it. The video is already pretty long. It's 13.5 minutes long. So yeah, see, look at my there was no need to do that, but I did. Anyways, so I am enjoying the monsoon. Like, this is the favorite season of mine in Bombay. Otherwise it's winters, but yeah, this is how it is. So yeah, my watch is like going everywhere. So what is it? Today? Oh, today is Friday. So new. So basically the weekend is just about to start, or maybe it might have started for you already. So have a good time, have a good weekend, have a lazy weekend. Share it with your friends, loved ones, whoever. And sorry about the hair. It's always like I can't do anything about it. So yeah, take care of yourself. Surround yourself with beautiful people who touch your heart, who you like to be around, who make you feel happy and treasured and nice. And yeah, that's about it. 40.5 minutes long, and I'm blabbering. Okay, what am I going to do right now? I'm just going to be here and read a bit, and that's about it. Being pretty useless, not much. So yeah, take care of yourself, and that's it. Bye.